We're talking about the Sims 4 and the DLC packages they have for the PS4 version. I'm assuming the Xbox is identical to this, and I'm gonna talk about some gameplay stuff too, but I'm gonna tell you what is probably setting this game back. Now, you know the Sims 4 or the Sims series is really a PC title, right? For the most part, even though they've been making Sims games on consoles for a long time. They've had the Sims 2 on the PS2 going back a long time, and you know PS2, PS3, and now the PS4. They make titles on every game, but the main thing that sets this game back is I think their DLCs are just too. There's so many of them, which is good, but the prices. Um, the DLCs help the game because it gives the game reasons to it increases the replayability. I have a lot of these packages. Some of them I do not have. They have the Sims Get Famous package, which just came out. Oh no, it comes out February 12th. It doesn't show it here, but it does show it on the PlayStation Store. This is one I don't have yet. Get Together. As you can see, it's $39.99. Now look, I don't know of any other games that have this many packages that are $39.99. Now, I know that Sims 4 is not that popular on console. A lot of console uh, people who play the console are into action adventure, sports games, first person shooters, and uh, fighting games, and this doesn't really fall under any of those categories. It's just a life living simulation, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of fun. But I enjoy the game quite a bit, and I'll tell you the DLCs that are worth it are the pets and the seasons. I got these on sale. I caught them at a good time. Jungle Adventure seems cool. It just gives you the ability to travel. You can't actually live in a jungle, but you can make your sim travel uh, and camping and whatnot. These little packages, kids room stuff, backyard stuff. I don't have some of these because I look at the content, and that's usually how I decide if I want an expansion package. I'll see and I'll think, what can that add to my gameplay with the stuff that I do on here? If it doesn't seem all that beneficial, the reason why I don't buy the toddler stuff is because if you play the game enough, they're not toddlers very long. They're not babies. It's a very short time period, so you benefit more from things that are adult based because they'll be adults for a long time, but not for very long. The pet package is very good. Uh, I'm very I was very impressed with the way you can create animals on here, and I'm gonna give you an example of why that is. Um, it's been out for a while, so you know it's not like I'm showing you something that you're not gonna find anywhere else. But the animal package or the pets, which is mainly cats and dogs, but you can have raccoons and foxes as well. I was going to say squirrels. You can't have a squirrel, but and I know the I mean the PC version has more stuff in it, but um, one thing I do not like about this game is the animations. I feel like the animations affect the replayability on here because the animations are exactly the same every time you do it, and I kind of wish they would like make your sim react differently. Like maybe when you create a sim, you can select what animation they use when they do certain things. How a sim hugs somebody, how a sim uh, just different actions they do, but it's all the same. And when you watch certain channels, it's the same show every time you turn it there. And in my opinion, I think it affects the replayability a little bit because it gets repetitive when you're just kind of watching your sim in the background. Here I'm just showing you some stuff about create a sim. Now you can create vampires and aliens as well. You do have to buy packages for those. The aliens, for some reason, it comes with career. Um, you got alien, you got vampire. You have to select the go to work package. I don't know what that has to do with jobs, but for some reason, that's what you have to do.
You fit to me.
Queenba Reginille.
Yeah, you can randomize your sim just to get you started, and they give you some ideas on what you can do. Your sim now has, you can go to each body part and make it bigger. If you want to do that with your sim, make it smaller. Any body part. Now, um, one thing they added to this one.
One Genie Makosa.
Well, there was a lot of stuff in
One Genie Lorray.
in part 3 that's not in this, and I'll show you some examples. Now, this video is mainly for people who don't have this game and are not sure if they want it. I know a lot of people won't really get a lot out of this because it's not really your action adventure shoot 'em up. In fact, it's extremely anti-violent. I mean, even when your Sims get in fights, they limit, what they're willing to show. Even when you're a police officer on here, because you can select that as a career, or sometimes the police are in the game. As you can see, you can make your Sim very muscular. If you want to make a big, bulky, husky Sim who's very into working out. You can also do this with females, make them very muscular. I don't know if you can give them traps or not, but you can widen their shoulders, make their neck thick and head big, like somebody who's, uses steroids or whatnot. And if you really want to make him even bigger than that, you can add some, wait a minute, whoops. Well, I don't know.
Brand new. Ho, ho, ho.
Make him real lean, add fat. This is fat and that's muscularity. And this is a pretty good feature. You can put some tattoos on him. And this is really good for a Sims game. They've never had him look this muscular before, but I'm gonna go through the pet mode so that you can understand what I mean when I say they give you a lot of really good options on here, because you can obviously you can select the breed, and they give you a lot of options. I couldn't even think of a breed that wasn't on here. If you want to mix a breed, you can even mix dogs with foxes. You can mix a cat with a raccoon. I don't believe that's possible in reality, but on here you can do that. You create your pet's personality rates. You can change their eye colors, make them heavy, change their color patterns. If you want to, you can give them something really crazy. You can make a pink one if you want. I'm not sure if PETA or whatnot would get in trouble, would get irritated if you did something like this to a dog, but I don't know all the rules. But you can also create something that looks like a robot pet, or I'm not sure about this, but that's kind of odd. I don't know about that. I wouldn't use this. Maybe I would. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. After Planet for see, and now you have this stuff here, which is, I think they added this recently. I don't remember seeing that before. But you can do all this crazy stuff here. I'm not sure what you would do with your imagination with this type of pet, but anyway, my point is the pet creation is incredibly good. I enjoy it a lot. I've created several pets on here, and I've even came up with my own ideas for animals and reconstructed my pets. As he has two different eye colors, the way some huskies do, but you also have the vampire thing that you can do. You can even go to your library and take somebody you've already created, but show you what the alien looks like.
Ah.
They gave me a female alien. You have options on here too. You could do stuff with their eyes and um, stuff like that. You can give them hair, right? Yeah, you can give them hair if you want. They usually start your alien without hair for some reason, but um, you know, she's not a bad looking alien, but anyway. And then you can also give them like a human disguise. I don't know why they don't just make them look the same, but you also do that with the vampire when you create them. They have a human version of them, which I never use that. I just keep them as, if I create an alien, I keep them as an alien, you know, with no disguise whatsoever. But wait a minute, what's up with her voice?
Harshko Smiva, huh? Mibun Grosh.
Skiing at the store.
Ah, Yabasani.
Oh, I lost the alien
Kenneth
voice.
Lobo.
Oh no, it's still there. But anyway, for those that don't have this game, I will tell you this. If you don't have it on PS4 or Xbox, you know, you can download the game for a very low price. I think it's $14. But honestly, if you don't add any of these packages to the game at any point, the game's replay value is very low if you don't add anything to it. So these up here, like I said, I bought some of these on sale for 20 and 15 and stuff like. But they're generally, these are all $40 packages. Look at this. You have 40, 80, you know, 160, $200. Look, you have $200 just for the top layer, right? And these, some of these are 20, some are 40. It's like you could spend $400 or $500 on packages. So you'd have to pick and choose what you actually want to do on here. I'm not gonna complain about the total price because, you know, you have a choice. You know, like as you see, I don't have everything on here. There's some stuff I'll get later if I want, but this one's 20. I'm not sure if I feel like that's worth adding to it. It's something you would get for $10, or if it was free. It's not bad, but I won't use it enough, you know, to really worry about getting it. And the vampire one, I think it was 30. Yeah, it was 30 when I got it. I got it a while ago. I've had it for a while. It's really cool, and I didn't mean to leave that. But as you can see, it comes with a lot of stuff that you use when you're building your house, you know, and it really added to the gameplay. You can really come up with your own really twisted ideas. I think, yeah, at one point I created a sim that was not a vampire, but I had coffins in his house and whatnot. They used the coffins as beds on here, and, you know, I created a house with coffins in a basement and stuff to give somebody like sort of a creepy image, but it wasn't a vampire. The vampires, they don't really like eat food out of the refrigerator. They just drink blood. They have to bite someone's neck and all that type of stuff. So it's fun to add all these different types of elements to the game. I don't believe the aliens do anything different. I don't know. I can't remember if they eat or how that works. I only used an alien once. But if I was gonna recommend any packages that were the expensive ones, I would say pets and seasons. But this one, I don't know how much. This one isn't really worth much, in my opinion. Um, the only thing it really does, it does give you a lot of clothes, but uh, it's to me, it's not worth as much as you see. You got those superhero costumes. It's not worth as much as like some of the other ones because they add a city in here, but the city's already built and it has like apartment buildings, a few that you can move into. But one thing that's really cool about this game is that when you load a game, and I'm gonna get into it and show you what I'm talking about, because when I initially first got this game, I didn't realize you can do that. You have a limited amount of Sims that you can have in your city, but if you start running low, you can delete some of the other characters from the game. Like as you see, I got all these different locations. These all at the bottom all came from add-on packages. So, and that did too. So if you buy the game with no add-ons, you just have these 3 cities here. As you can see, I have 5 more. Because I added stuff to the game, but that's the thing. Like, okay, I think what I do. Oh, this is. I usually fill this city at first, but I didn't on this particular load. I only created like 2 families on here. But the example I was gonna tell you is like, there's loopholes. Like, okay, you see how that house costs $107,000. Okay, there's a loophole to that. In The Sims 3, if you didn't have enough money for that house, you just absolutely couldn't get it. And I'm talking about for the PS3, The Sims 3 on PS3. Okay, now this, you're never gonna start off with that much money, right? It would take you a while to build a career and blah blah blah. You'd have to move into a cheaper house and then earn enough money to eventually buy this house. But you don't have to do that because as long as you have at least one sim family created, you can go to build mode and destroy this house, get rid of it, save your game. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you a couple of little loopholes that make the game more fun for those of you that want to play but don't have a crap load of time, because the Sims, they do give you ways to do that. I'm going to do another video discussing all that stuff, right? Because they do give you a lot of options, and they added this stuff on to the game later after the game came out. When the game first came out, a lot of this stuff wasn't in the game. But basically, all you would have to do is go to library, save to library, and you would save this lot. I'm not going to do it, but you would save this lot in the library, and then you would go to Bordeaux's lot, and then once you Bordeaux's lot, you save it, and then you go to manage world, and you would go to that same location, and you would go to build before you ever played with that sim family. And now, as long as you have at least one family saved already, any following family or sim you create, you can build their house without using any of their money. But you can't buy a house that's already there without using your money. You see how that is? Like $176,000. You can't just move a sim over there and buy that house if you don't have $176,000. But you can bulldoze that to the ground and make it empty like I just did this one, and then create a sim. Like if I go to create a sim and I create a sim on that land, all I would have to do is exit after I'm done creating that sim, and then go to build and go to library and add that there, and it wouldn't cost that sim any money. So you can actually build homes without using a single dollar of what in which your Sims has in an account. But if you've already played with that sim and you want to add to the house or change it, that is going to cost your Sims money. So once you start using that sim, that's when the money starts counting. But it doesn't work on your first sim. Like if you just start the game, if it's a new game, it doesn't work. But anyway, I'm going to show you something else that will help you save time in this game and have fun with it without having to go through too much just to change stuff in case you change your mind about something. Let's say you want to add a sim to your household or something like that. That's very easy to do now. You can get rid of people that's in your house. I'll show you. I think I have a, yeah. Like this household here. Like first of all, I would go up to manage households, and then I would go here, and then as you can see, you have options. Move into other household. You can move household into lot. This is the one that I would you edit, which means you can add or delete somebody that's already there. If you decided you don't want somebody there anymore, you can just get rid of them and they just won't be there anymore. They'll be probably saved in your library. You can take that sim from your library, move them into another house if you want to make it. There, your sim can move out, but that takes a lot longer if you don't really have time for all that. And then you also have the transfer. You can take one, a sim from this house, move them in with another sim that you created if you want to. That's really cool. Mark is unplayed. I'm not sure what the benefit to that is. Unplayed, I know what that is, what it looks like when it's marked, but I'm not sure that would even help you in the game marking it. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, the game is very cool because, like, it's a simulation-based game, and now you can make your Sims go to work. There's only 3 careers that you can control them at, and if you do it too often, it might get old. And you can also own a business, things of that nature. I'm going to do another video a little bit later with actual gameplay, because this one I didn't actually play anything. I just talked about different things in the game. But as you can see, like, you can really do anything in this. Like, you could get rid of that house, delete it, build another one, or delete it, rebuild that same house, create a sim, let them move there. You could take sims that are already in the game that the computer created, delete them if you don't want them there, or whatever. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I'm gonna do another one later, talking about gameplay and the different reasons why it's fun to play.